Roses are red, violets are blue, and today on Valentine's Day, Donald Trump is erasing trans history in America. Over the last several days, Donald Trump's administration and the hooligans at Doge under Elon Musk have been scrubbing websites and databases across the US government of any reference to trans people, including healthcare, but now explicitly they're going through the National Park Service and they have erased it from something as egregious as the literal Stonewall Inn entry. Yes, they've removed trans people from Stonewall. And they've done it in such a lampoonish way too. You can see they just are literally removing trans from it. It's there, then it's gone. And they are changing LGBT or LGBTQ plus into LGB. And that's interesting considering that TERFs have been using that term in the UK and in the US to spread anti-trans stuff. Because, and I don't say this lightly, TERFs are the spearhead of fascism. This campaign against trans people is international. People as broad as Vladimir Putin and Donald Trump have been 4 years, over a decade in Vladimir Putin's case, campaigning and spending billions, literally billions, to go against trans people and queer people generally. There is a massive push, as you're seeing day by day in the United States, to force people back into the closet. And what makes the TERFs so dangerous is that they've been very effective at going after moderates, liberals, and leftists by twisting them into conspiracy theories about queer people and trans people. And it's also insane how many laws have been passed. There have been hundreds and hundreds of laws submitted in just the last couple of years in the US alone. Laws that are trying to restrict trans people from all aspects of public life. And more importantly, it is to remember, this is like less than half a percentage of the population in most countries. It is a teeny tiny amount of people. So much so, a lot of people have never ever met a trans person. And if they did meet one, they would have no idea because they have no other experience. This is very much the same kind of evil racial hatred that was presented during the 1930s against Jewish people. It is a different group for a new age, but the ideas, the conspiracy theory, the use of anti-Semitism, but with a new target is right there. And even further, when you get into other theories, other conspiracy theories on the right, you see that it ends up going right back to anti-Semitism, presenting this as some sort of plot. It's hard not to be incredibly angry about this, to not think, how could this be possible? How can you just scrub away the past like it's nothing? But it is possible. It has been done many times before in history, and this is the danger of fascism. This is the danger of allowing authoritarians and strongmen to take power because they are willing to wipe away anything they don't agree with. And this is the incredible importance of not obeying in advance. For example, yesterday, Pete Hegseth visited Brussels to visit a NATO conference, and the American school at the NATO base had already scrubbed away things because they were going to be too gay or black or Asian. And that is horrific. That is horrible. This idea that you need to purge anything that isn't white Christianity in the mode of MAGA and Donald Trump is horrific. But we've seen in just a few weeks, remember, just days ago, Donald Trump was not president. But what can happen to one of the oldest continuous republics, one that should be experiencing its 250th year of democracy, but instead, it looks like it is in question whether or not the Constitution will reach the next 4th of July. And in the meantime, people will be targeted, people will be attacked. The laws against trans people will not just affect trans people, they will go on to affect every single person, and women most of all. And this is what people have allowed to happen by being taken for a ride by conspiracies, pumped out by people driven by hate, and by rich billionaires such as Joanne Rowling of the Harry Potter fame, funding some of the worst far-right figures in UK politics and spreading absolute conspiracy bile that has not only been taken up by the Conservative Party, but also has its home within the ministers of the current UK Labour government. And this is a danger. The festering hatred of TERF ideology, of this belief that it is fine to dehumanize another group of people for how they are or how they feel about themselves, is dangerous. And it has opened the door to Trumpism. It has opened the door to global MAGA and the return of fascism. And shouldn't be news to anyone. It isn't news to me. People have been warning about this for years. People have been warning that it is an anti-feminist ideology, even though it presents itself in the cloak of feminism and defending women. But many conservatives for many, many decades have presented the idea that what they're doing is for the children or for women. But this is because they view themselves as the innate superiors and protectors of children and women, their morality and what they should and should not do or think. And that, again, returns us back to fascism. For I would like to live in a world where women are equal, where we have equality for trans people, where anyone can do what they are. They are not judged by inseparable, unchanging natural laws around gender, a concept that was created by people, one that our current version is literally one that has been cooked up in the heads of the far right. So this is what we need to do. History cannot be erased. People cannot be disappeared forever, because there will be new trans people born every day. There will be new queer people born every day. It is an impossible task to erase them. But they will continue to try. Donald Trump will continue to try. And this war against women and this war against queer people will not stop. It will only grow. Please engage or else I don't get paid. And that's what happens when you have no money. So do your part.